This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC Seattle. I'm going to give you guys my lock of the week, most confident picks. We'll talk favorite underdogs, Degen props of the night, and then finish it out with the parlays. So make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on and make sure you share the video too. Last week was sensational, okay? Savage dog lock of the week. I went with Nazim Sadikov. He ends up getting the doctors / corner stoppage after the high kick in round number 1. And I feel pretty damn good. The momentum is really building for me after a savage W last week. And throughout all of 2025 so far, some animalistic underdog calls. I said to myself, I have to keep it alive. And I'm doing it again for UFC Seattle. I'm doing a savage dog lock. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The lock of the week. Rob Font to check Gene Matsumoto. Listen, New England Cartel is due for a W. The fighters from Massachusetts are hungry for a win. Last week, it was rough for them. Cater loss, Matthews loss. Things have been struggling for the New England Cartel. But I'm telling you this, Rob Font is about to give a lesson to Gene Matsumoto in stand-up. Everybody's falling in love with this kid. I don't get it. 29-28 over Katona, getting his face busted up, getting pressure wrestled by Argueta. Nice submission comeback. But at the end of the day, the hype that the 16-0 Matsumoto has right now mind boggles me. I didn't see it on Contender Series. I haven't seen it in the first 2 UFC fights. Yeah, he's a good 25-year-old prospect. But Rob Font has literally fought everybody at the highest level time and time again. Completely different class of opposition. Give Kyler Phillips a fraud check last fight. Oh, because he lost to Davison Figueiredo, Gene Matsumoto beats him, or Corey Sanhagen, 2 of the best guys at bantamweight. One of them, a former flyweight champ. He destroys Adrian Yanez, and it's like people forget about that. Marlon Vera hit him with some damaging shots, but he had good moments in the fight. He lost there. He lost to Jose Aldo. You look at the resume. It's savage resume. Oh, but, he hasn't gotten a good win in a while. He just beat Kyler Phillips. It's like everybody's acting, oh, Rob Font's washed. Gene Matsumoto coming in on short notice. I know he was booked for a couple weeks or, a month or so from this card. He was training, but he was going to fight Chris Gutierrez, the breakable Chris Gutierrez. Gutierrez has good leg kicks. He can strike a little bit, but he don't have a jab like Rob Font. He can't box to the level of Font. Matsumoto's got a nice calf kick, a good overhand, but he sits in the pocket and mix it up real stiff. He's at a disadvantage of range in this fight. Longer arms for the side of Rob Font, taller the side of Rob Font. A ton more experience for the side of Rob Font. And it's not just experience fighting nobodies. He has fought as who's who. Who's who, okay? Yeah, he's 37. I understand. He's 37 years old. But I still think Rob Font's got some juice left. He didn't fight that long ago. He fought in October, and he looked pretty good against Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips been fighting high-level guys for a long time, but it's because Matsumoto's 16-0. The record is so pretty. He's coming in and taking out Rob Font. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in the 25-year-old from the Contender Series fight to the 2 UFC fights. I said, okay, maybe in the future, but not right now. The 25-year-old is getting his first loss. He has taken a big risk taking on Rob Font. And I get the mentality, 37, bantamweight division. Normally, that's like your farewell. But I think Rob Font's still got some rhythm left. And I feel like his hands are going to look good here. Matsumoto, I see a lot of people, he'll just take Rob Font down. Gene Matsumoto is not a super high caliber guy with wrestling. He has a bit of offensive pressure wrestling, but it's not that imposing. Brad Katona was stopping his takedowns. I think if Brad Katona is touching you up and busting you up, Rob Font can do a lot more. There's levels to this game. Rob Font's been fighting top 10 opposition for years on end. He's fraud checked plenty of good prospects. And I think Gene Matsumoto, his time has come. Fraud check incoming. Now, I'm not saying he's a fraud, like he's got no future. But how the hell at 25 is Gene Matsumoto the favorite? I don't get it. Minus 144 for Gene Matsumoto. He opened up at minus 150. Plus 124 for Rob Font. Font was supposed to be fighting Dom Cruz on this card. Oh, well, it's a different matchup with Matsumoto. It's a lot less of an experienced guy. A lot more of a traditionalist, too. Gene Matsumoto has the Brazilian Muay Thai striking style. We've seen similarities to other guys in his rhythm and flow. Font's seen it all. I think Font lands some good counter shots, some heavy punches. I think he can catch Matsumoto and bust him up. He could win a decision. If Matsumoto has a chin, I suspect he does. I'll say Font on the scorecards, 29-28, maybe 30-27. Plus 250 for that. Matsumoto on the other side, if you picked him by decision, it's minus 110. I don't think he's winning. Over is minus 300, but a Font KO, what is that? Plus 800? I think, like, everybody forgets Font can still kind of crack, though. Like, Font still has 9 knockout wins. He still destroyed Adrian Yanez in less than 3 minutes. When Rob Font is on, he's extremely dangerous. And I know he's been at this for a long time, but the resume is ultra impressive, in my opinion, when you look at the years that he's been at a high level and winning. Like, yeah, he never made it to the elite class, but he's damn good. He's a staple in the bantamweight division. And I don't think at 37 it's over. I'm going for Boston, okay? I'm going for the New England cartel. I even put the damn OG. You know what this jersey is, bro? You know what this jersey is? This is a Kevin Garnett jersey. This is a throwback. My God. This is when I was a basketball fan as a kid. Holy hell. Rob Font, Savage Dog Lock. I'm doing it. Lock of the week is Rob Font. I'm going for an underdog. I have to. It's the right thing. Underdog savagery. I want to jump to most confident picks. For the people looking for my favorite picks as far as level of confidence, regardless of odds, these are the chalky lockies. So I'm going to bring up the savage most confident picks on the screen. And let's look at them. Let me pop out this in. First up to the slate. None other than Gene Silva. I'm going for fighting nerds to get it done. Are you kidding me? What else do I need to say? I don't even need to talk about the fight. Gene Silva will outwork Melsik Baghdasaryan. Understand this. Yes, I recognize Baghdasaryan's a tough customer, okay? Baghdasaryan has good kickboxing from the outside, nice lateral movement. He's fast. Gene Silva can close the gap and land hard, and Gene Silva could give him problems on the floor. The tag is horrible at minus 500. You have to throw so much money down to make any bang for your buck back, and you're not going to money line it. But it's a long shot parlay. It's a safety play. You can put it in a parlay. Minus 500. Gene Silva's taking it home, guys. I see Gene Silva winning. How he gets it done? Probably a decision. A knockout is live, but decision rings a bell. It's a good aura around decision at plus 250. I think he's taking it home. Gene Silva on the scorecards. Let's keep going through. Nursultan Ruziboev, he's a minus 270 favorite right now. I think Ruziboev's taking it home as well. I think he's taking out Eric McConico. I don't believe in this McConico guy. I've seen, a little bit of hype on, maybe he wrestles him like Buckley did. Okay, Buckley's been, tooth and nail in it with top guys for years, whereas McConico, yeah, he trains at MMA Lab, but he's 34. He's a 34-year-old prospect. Get the hell out of my face. Get out of my face. Probably Ruziboev chinning him, plus 145. If Ruziboev can stay upright and strike, he's going to do a lot of damage. His stand-up is clean. I don't think McConico is that good at wrestling. It's not overly impressive. I think Ruziboev should be okay. And I think McConico is hittable. I think big shots from Ruziboev do big damage. I'm picking him to pull through, and I think he's live for a knockout. Abdul-Malik to win. He's minus 1,000. There's nothing to be made throwing a money line down on him, but Abdul-Malik is going to dispose of Nick Klein. This is a complete and utter mismatch. I think the fight ends inside of the distance. That's minus 600, under 2.5 at minus 450. If you like Abdul-Malik inside distance, though, I actually think that's not a bad idea, minus 450. I know he's more of a knockout guy, but he could beat the shit out of Klein, take his back, and choke him out. I don't think Malik is super one-dimensional. He's got a good wrestling base, heavy hands, great explosiveness. He's a high-caliber pressure fighter and a good athlete. I think Nick Klein is worse everywhere than Malik. I don't see him having much of a chance to win. I'm going to say inside distance for Abdul-Malik seems like the money call. I'm doing it. Abdul-Malik, high confidence, inside distance for sure. And next up, co-main event, we're going Fluffy Hernandez. I see him taking it home. He's a chalky favorite, minus 305. These are the chalky lockies. It is what it is. It is what it is with the chalky lockies, guys. It is what it is, chat. Hernandez by decision, probably at plus 130. The money line's ugly, but you could parlay it. It'd be pretty sick if Hernandez subbed, but I'm not going to chase at plus 330 for a Hernandez win by submission. Hernandez knockout plus 475. I will say this, Hernandez got power. Underrated boxing. I think Hernandez could crack Brendan Allen and maybe club and sub him, but I feel like, decision is not crazy. Decision does make some sense. Expect Hernandez to outwork Allen, land bigger shots, and outposition him on the ground. I think Fluffy Hernandez is taking a nice win home. I see him as the victor. I'll take the Fighting Nerds glasses off. My modified edition, the AJ specialty. You understand me? I like what I'm looking at for most confident picks. All of these calls, they felt right to me. I was like, you know what? These are money plays, and I'm going with these four. Now, yes, the odds suck for some of them, but the most confident picks is not about odds. It's about high confidence. And I see those four fighters as four winners, and I'm riding with those. So most confident picks, smashed. Let's keep running. Let's talk some favorite underdogs. Obviously, aside from my Savage Dog lock, there's still some dogs on the card that I'm picking. Iwan Kutelaba to fraud check Ibo Aslan. I almost called him my Savage Dog lock. I was close to it, but because it's light heavyweight and Aslan can crack, and at times Kutelaba's fight IQ fails him, could get caught with a looping shot. I recognize the reality of both sides in fights. I'm not delusional here, but ultimately, I think Iwan Kutelaba could out-wrestle Ibu. I think he could potentially press him late, and Ibo does gas, it seems, at round 3. Plus 147. Kutelaba is a very live underdog, and if you're not feeling the Savage Dog lock, the favorite underdog section is money for you because I got other options. Maybe we see eye to eye on Ibo, or excuse me, on Ion Kutelaba. Maybe we see eye to eye on Ibo getting put out or put down. I don't know if he gets slept. I'm feeling like Kutelaba on the cards. I feel like we're going over 1.5 at minus 110, but it will be a little bit of a sweaty play just simply because of the chaos factor of both guys. Kutelaba on the scorecards currently plus 600 for a decision for Kutelaba is wild to me. The pick is Kutelaba. I see him getting it done. He's going to take it home on the cards. More than likely. Give me Kutelaba for the W. W City. Iwan Kutelaba. Let's keep running. Next up, we got Austin Vanderford. Veretennikov is dangerous. This is a 50-50 coin flip fight. I have been an Austin Vanderford fan. I'll be honest with you. Back when I was covering Bellator, I always thought this guy had promise. And I won't lie to you, chat. I won't lie to you. I picked him to beat Gegard Mousasi back in the day. That was a bad call. That was a bad call. He got killed in that fight. But at the end of the day, it's because I've always felt he's talented. His wrestling is good. His hands are heavy. Veretennikov is okay. Vanderford has fought some of the best guys outside of the UFC. He's at 170. This is short notice. The weight cut worries me a bit. And I know he's, 34, but Veretennikov, I think, is 35. Both guys are, towards the final couple of years of their primes. I'm going to say Austin Vanderford can win. I think he's a good underdog here. I like him as a dog. Vanderford's a quality play. Plus 107. I like Vanderford's chances. I'm going with him to win. Austin Vanderford as an underdog to beat Veretennikov, I think he can pull through. Worry is his chin because he's been chinned 2 out of his last 3 fights, but he's coming off a nice knockout last time. And those 2 losses are to 2 of the better middleweights outside of the UFC, Aaron Jeffrey and Gegard Mousasi, high-caliber fighters. Now he's fighting Veretennikov, who's a welterweight, who's, just coming off a loss to Danny Barlow, and he also lost to Michael Morales on Contender. I think Vanderford can win it. So plus 107, give me Austin, Paige Van Zant, Vanderford, bro. I think he wins, yo. Actually, I met Vanderford in person before, years ago, before he fought Mousasi, man. Chill guy. Honestly, really good vibes, bro. Good dude to his fucking fans. So is it a biased pick? Nah, I actually think he's going to win, but he just happens to be a chill motherfucker. And then next up, this one just feels right. Touchy Fili minus 105. Close money fight. It's going to be chaotic. It's a good matchup. I don't know. I think Touchy Fili can outwork Mezquizio Costa and get it on a close one. On a close one. You'll see me mention this fight in the prop section. I have something for it that I like a lot. The money line is risky. The money line is not a plus money play. It's minus 105, but he's still the underdog because Costa's minus 115. Boxing better on Fili's side. Kicking better on Costa's side. Jiu-jitsu better on Costa's side. Wrestling better on Fili's side. We got a 50-50. UFC high caliber experience. Fili got a kid on the way. I feel like he's still in his prime, even at 34. So I'm going Touchy Fili to pull through a hard-fought win. I'll say it takes it home on the cards. Fili by decision, plus 190. But the money line is where the most confidence would be in a 50-50 fight like this. We're going with Touchy Fili. And next up, this worries me a little. This one worries me a lot. You see it on the screen already. Julius Walker, plus 205. Why does it worry me? Because at the media day, we got this guy talking about being the best basketball player in the UFC. I don't care. I don't care if you're the best basketball player in the world. I care about if you can fight. I hope Julius Walker is more focused on whooping Alonzo Menifield's ass than fucking crossing him over and dunking on him. You understand me? Plus 205. Julius Walker seems to be a relentless pressure grappler. Not an elite caliber wrestler, but has good jiu-jitsu and a good gas tank. Comes from a background of athletics. You understand? Menifield's got the puncher's chance, without a doubt. Menefield, when he's on point, he's chaotic and powerful, and he's a terrifying force to fight, especially in a debut. But I think Julius Walker's got some craft to him. He's got an imposing frame, 6'4", 81-inch reach, 25, super young at light heavyweight, 6-0, but 10 amateur fights, which I like a lot. Menifield's fight IQ is super questionable. He's lost 2 fights in a row by knockout. I will say, though, I have more worry on this fight than I did on Sunday. Can I tell you why? Because Menefield let us all know, hey, Pat Berry's not going to be in my corner. I said, shit, he's probably working with a better team. He's back with the OGs, guys that can coach him in more than just stand-up, because Pat Berry, you know, is more so just a striking coach. I mean, I know he fought in the UFC, but his grappling was horrible. Crow Cop strangled him. I'm going to say Julius Walker can win. He's alive for a submish. I will pick it, and I'll believe in the prospect. Plus 750, plus 850, Walker sub. But at the end of the day, recognize that this is a very high-risk play because Walker's unproven at a high level. But I just have this feeling about his grappling pressure and his jiu-jitsu ability. I want to see his striking more so, though, right? He's been taking on lower-level guys and fucking them up. Bevon Lewis, ex-UFC fighter. Fight before that, Niall Bartling, good wrestler that he beat. And then Myron Dennis, who was actually on The Ultimate Fighter. And he also was in Glory Kickboxing and fucking got destroyed. To be fair, none of those guys can fucking get near the level of Menefield. This is a big competition jump. But I will say, light heavyweight, skill set of a, undefeated prospect on the regional scene and somebody that's outside of the top 15, I don't think it's crazy to go with the side of Julius Walker and then him end up winning. So I'm going to say Julius Walker is live at plus 205, picking him as one of the favorite underdogs. I like the lineup. 5 Savage Dog calls. The Savage Dog lock, obviously being font. But I actually think there's some rhythm and flow with these 4 right here. Things can get very interesting. I'm looking forward to this card. I think there's a lot of live dogs. There's a lot of 50-50 matchups. And I'm curious to see how these Savage Dog calls come through. I hope you guys like them. I think at least a couple of us going to be lined up on a handful of these ones. Let me know in the comments if you're seeing what I'm seeing with some of these favorite underdogs. Listen, those are the favorite dogs. I want to jump to the next section because I actually have 3 calls on the Degen Props of the Night section, which are like confident Degen Props of the Night. Really, they're confident props of the night. I'm feeling great about them. There was 2 overs and then 1 straight prop. Let's go over the overs. Basharat, okay, Simón, over 2.5. Are you kidding me? I saw this and said, yes, this is the play. Yeah, the odds aren't great around minus 350, but you can parlay it up, and you'll see in the next section. You'll see in the next one. I got something. Fili Costa, over 2.5. I told you we'll talk more about the Fili fight. I think they're going distance. Over 2.5, minus 210. Double thumbs up. Makes perfect sense to me. I got another one. It's a reiteration, but I'm sure you didn't listen close enough. Gene Silva by decision. Trust me. Melsic Baghdasaryan wants to win bad, and he's got technical skills, but Gene Silva will win where it counts, and I do believe he could time takedowns, that he can land big shots in close, and it will be a more competitive affair maybe than some will anticipate because Melsic Baghdasaryan is underrated, but at the end of the day, Silva is still better. He'll land bigger shots, and he'll win the fight. Decision does not blow my mind. Silva on the cards, plus 250. I like the chance of it. Silva on the cards at plus 250. I like the chance. If you want to go super Degen, you go sub plus 600, but that's not an official call. I like the decision. I think he wins on the scorecards. I think Gene Silva takes it home. He does some damage with big shots, but Melsic survives. He's got a lot of experience in kickboxing, man. Melsic is crafty on the feet. I'll say Gene Silva on the scorecards makes a ton of sense. Gene Silva, decision. Those right there, 2 overs, 1 prop, savage plays for the Degen Prop of the Night section. I want to jump to everybody's favorite section. You guys know I've been waiting for parlays this whole show. So have you. Make sure you guys smash the like button and let's talk about it, okay? Let's run through some of the parlays this week, okay? Ruziboev, Basharat, over 2.5. This makes sense to me. Minus 131, I'd say it's relatively safe. If Ruziboev doesn't handle a McConico, oh my God, what a fraud he becomes. I think he wins that fight. And Basharat and Simón, they seem destined to go the distance. Love this. Malik inside distance. He's finishing Klein. Fili, Costa's over 2.5 with Gene Silva at plus 117. I actually think this is pretty quality. Good chance that this one comes to fruition as well. And it gets you plus money. Now, the next one is going to be Ruziboev and Silva. I feel like it's a strong play at minus 155. I like it. Basharat, Simón, and Fili, Costa's over 2.5. Both over 2.5s, both in the Degen prop section, but both confidence. Minus 111 for the overs. I love these overs. I think you can do that parlay nice, and you're in. Almost plus money. Pretty much even. Now, to add a little spice to it, you ride with those two overs, and you have Fluffy Hernandez in the co-main event. I think you're a winner at plus 159. I like that call a lot, too. Let's keep running down. I got more. Okay, Silva. Okay, Gene Silva. Malik inside distance, Ruziboev, Fluffy Hernandez, the Basharat Simón, and the Fili Costa over 2.5s for plus 420. Lucky number plus 420. I said W. That's all I had to put. W. It's a Ripsky play right there. If you know what I'm talking about, you know the CBD Lion knows what's up. Savage mode. Savage mode USA with this play right there. Let's keep running down. A savage prop play would be Silva by decision with the Basharat Simón over 2.5 and Fili Costa over 2.5. This is what I was talking about from Degen Props of the night. I got a parlay with them. You put those together, those three, this is a plus 445 savage prop parlay. And I actually think it makes a ton of sense. It's not some outlandish Degen call. It's a sensible play. Silva outworking fucking Baghdasaryan. Basharat and Simón, a close fight. I'll say Basharat on the scorecards. Fili Costa, close fight. I say Fili on the scorecards, but you don't have to pick the winner. Instead, just pick the over. Plus 545. Bang. 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 I should have put the fucking glasses on. This is for Gene Silva. Obrigado. Brazil. Let's keep running down. Font, Hernandez, Silva, Ruziboev, Abdul-Malik, Basharat, and Fili. I'm in the Fili over 2.5, of course. And the Basharat over 2.5, of course. This right here is the Savage Degen play this week. Plus 1,097. Confident calls, favorite underdog, savage underdog, and some savage overs. Plus 1,097. I like the chance. I like the looks. A little doggy degeneracy at the end. Fili, Cutelaba, and Font. You want to go with 3 underdogs? Plus 1,175 for the doggy Degen. Guys, the screenshotters and bailers, they're going to miss out. Because I had another iteration I wanted to add. The one right before the bottom, that savage Degen call. I had a super savage Degen call that I was saving for the people that stick around, okay? So I appreciate the folks who don't just bail. I appreciate the folks that sit and listen. You guys are going to get something better. You understand? It's the same, but it's slightly different. It's just slightly. Just a little change totally changes the game, okay? You understand that? Let's go for it. All right. You're going to love it. So, how are we going to change things? Instead of just going with the lineup that you see there, simple, right? You're going to go Silva by decision. You're going to go Abdul-Malik inside of the distance. That one right there is going to get you plus 3,585. That is the true ultimate savage Degen parlay of the week. That's the one I've been waiting to drop. I was going to put it at the bottom. But I said no. The folks who listen to everything get blessed with those type of plays. Yes, it's degenerate. Yes, it's savage. But honestly, it's not out of the realm of possibility to happen percentage-wise. Like, those seem like viable outcomes. I like the chances. Now, maybe some of you are like, AJ, I don't want to play Rob Font. I don't like the dog lock. Really? Okay. Isn't it crazy? Rob Font was a minus 190 favorite for the Cruz fight. Now he's a big dog against a 25-year-old. I like Rob Font's chances. But let's say you don't like Rob Font and you did remove him. If you keep things in the, prop-sided direction, plus 1374. So you still got bigger plus money than anything you see on the screen if you mix in some props with those plays. Ultimately, your risk jumps a lot. But if you're doing Degen parlays, you're looking for high risk, high reward. If you're looking for the safer plays, you look at the top. There's good safe plays. There's smart plays to run up. Of course, there always is. Right? You want to just keep it safe, and you're like, well, the ones you listed have me nervous. I don't want to go Malik inside distance. You don't want to go Malik inside distance? Well, I'll tell you why we went Malik inside distance. If you went with Malik and Gene Silva straight, 2 confident picks, you're getting minus 286. That's a chalky, locky parlay. My God. So you have to add something. Then if you added the over 2.5 in this Simón Basharat fight, you have minus 136. So if you're running up that quality play, be like, listen, AJ, I don't want to go for Malik to win inside distance. You want to just go straight. You could play it. Actually, I did Basharat's over instead, but you could still run it with a good line at minus 136. If you also wanted to add in Fili and Costa, you get plus 156. And then if you didn't want to do the side of the Basharat one, you still get minus 101. So the ways you can run it with the safer plays, I like those overs a lot, guys. I'm telling you this very confidently. Malik, Silva, and then an over 2.5 in either the Basharat fight or the Fili Costa fight, whichever one you agree, or if you agree with both, run both or pick one. Minus 101, those are safe plays right there. And I think they're going to come to fruition. Sometimes you got to ride with two of the most confident picks and one or two of the most confident overs, and you're going to catch a W. Yeah, it might not be plus 400. That's what you want. You want to 4 times your money, but you're still getting a little cash back when you're winning. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for W City, there's something on the safer side, a little more of like a, safety lock city parlay, keeping things smooth sailing. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of this week's Best MMA Bets. It's been a blast talking about the card. I went at a savage pace today because I was like, you know what? I want to get to the juice right away. I don't want to ramble. I don't want to rant. I still want to rant. But if you want to hear me rant more, just tune into the live streams. Smash the like button here. If it's your first time on the channel, subscribe. I got daily content, daily live streams every day, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. Tune into the lunchtime lives. Tons of content dropping. So like if you're looking for MMA content, this is the go-to spot right here, covering UFC and MMA to the highest level. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the likes on your way out. If you're new, subscribe it up. Let me know what you thought of the dog lock in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the picks for all of the confident bets and calls in the comments. And drop some of your favorites. I want to hear from you guys. If you had nothing to say, W in the comments. Boost your algorithm for your boy. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. Turn the post notifications on. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.